Good morning, everybody. I appreciate you all for being here. About 8:59, or it's probably 9:59 if you're on the East Coast, which most of you probably are. Not everyone's cool enough to be from Texas, including me. I'm not from Texas either, so all right. Um, what do we have going on? Well, I like that the markets that we have a bullish up gap this morning. Now, I didn't even put yesterday's down gap on the chart, but there should be an orange or a red gap right where we're at right now. In fact, I better put it on the chart. I think I put it on the Qs chart, but this is pretty important. These daily gaps in the SPY. Oh, that was terrible. What in the heck was that about? These areas where it doesn't trade overnight make great is great information to trade off of. All right, so I need to make it the other color, but you guys get the idea. It is bearish. Well, at least it make it red or orange or whatever. Okay, so we're right there again. So here's the moment of truth. And I'd expect sellers to be there. We probably wouldn't get through here. And even if we do, sellers have kind of been in control the past couple of weeks, as you guys are aware of. Even if we do get through, then up here, I would expect sellers to be there. Sellers are just controlling the day until they don't. But bulls definitely want to take back these two areas. Bulls want to get a close at 540 or higher. So we'll see what bulls can do. And bears are looking to reject out of this area and and continue this short little downtrend that's developed, this most recent downtrend that's developed the past 2 or 3 days. All right, so that's SPY. We'll look at a little Q action. But also, to be fair, okay, the Qs did have they had yesterday's bearish gap. But to be fair, especially if this gap makes it through the end of the day, this would be a bullish gap. So I probably shouldn't have drawn it because it's only a few hours old. It's probably best to draw gaps, only draw gaps than make it a full day. But anyway, we'll just in case it makes it a full day. But I just want to see. So if you're a buyer right here, anywhere it's blue might be an area you might want to buy. The 410 area would look great. Also, if we get a pullback to there and even over here. So this is where I might want to buy. And if you want to sell or trim your position, of course, this would be a great area, 460. Or even, we may not even get there. We just have a lot of bearish action on the chart. So we'll see. But today looks really good. Look at today's bar, just blowing through there here on the high of the day. Leaving a bullish rejection tail behind, hopefully leaving this gap behind. I need to make the gaps a consistent color. Anyway, all right. Well, let's look at the other stuff. I fixed some other stuff. Looks like there's a few of you here. Thank you for being here. It's Mark. Okay, Mark, I appreciate it. I posted the link to the Discord. If there's anyone in here listening that's not in our Discord, I'd highly encourage anyone to get in there. I don't even know if Mark's in there, but hey, it doesn't matter. Not everyone does Discord. So, but for the people that do Discord, we get a lot out of it. I think. I don't know. There's a lot of good people in there. Let's just say that. I met a lot of nice folks in there. All right, so I wanted to show you on my model portfolio. It was driving me crazy that it never would, at the end of the day, it never would tie with the Tasty Trade. Tasty Trade would show that I, was down 0.7 of a point, and my spreadsheet would show I was down, 63 or something. It would be off by 10 or 20% It just drove me crazy. I kept trying to fix anyway. I've tried a different method. I just downloaded the spreadsheet. I just downloaded the Tasty Trade. I made a Tasty Trade spreadsheet. I'm just using their data, and I'm just going to use their data, and I guess I'll just update their data once a week. Okay, so here's what I was trying to show. But so today, I guess that's my allocation chart. I have fractional shares on some of these. I need to sell some of these fractional shares. But in any event, and also have a little bit of cash that's built up. I talked about it yesterday. I didn't do anything. I should have bought something yesterday. Shouldn't have bought since it was lower yesterday. Gosh darn it. I never did decide what to buy either. I'm thinking GLD. And I'm thinking maybe IGLD. I don't know. I was looking at that. I looked at a bunch of stuff last night. I just don't know. All right, so that's the allocations right now. GPTY, it's the biggest one. Here's what's happening today. Here's how the allocations are contributing to the bottom line today. Even though I don't have very much Misty, it's still making me 6 cents. I have fractional shares, but anyway. But the ones that are really doing it, GPTY is making me 26 cents. Or 26 basis points. I think of it like a cent out of $1 because it's a basis point is a cent. Alti's making me 52 cents, but then my hedge, YQQ's, cost me 15 basis points. But my other hedges are also up at the same time the market's up, which is good. GDXY is technically a hedge, but it's making me 5 cents. And I guess that's the only other hedge I have is GDXY. Well, I take that back. TLTW is a hedge. Why is not TLTW not on here? Oh, there it is. TLTW is a hedgy type thing, and it's making me 4 cents. So anyway, that's good. I'm glad I got this working. And yesterday it tied perfectly to my Tasty Trade account, and I like that. So anyway, now let's look at some other stuff, and we'll look at the buffer report, and then we're going to look at the AI and try to find a few trades. I wonder what your Mark. Let's see here. What are you trading today? So anyway, if you're trading today, hey Summit, hey Dan, what's up? If anyone has any trades on that they want to talk about, put it in the Discord. I'm going to get in the AI and try to find. We'll try to find a trade. But anyway, okay. So back to this stuff. What do we got here? How about this? What is that? A little LFGY. Now that is a beautiful sight to see. It's too bad I don't have any. That's what I should have bought yesterday. Why didn't I buy LFGY? Dan, why didn't you tell me to buy LFGY? You were supposed to remind me to buy LFGY, I thought, right? Come on, guys. It's your guys' fault I didn't buy LFGY, right? All right. But I probably do need some exposure to crypto. I'm just really worried about the economy and stuff and the bigger picture. So I've been a little hesitant. And I'm also really worried about how far we are under the 200-day simple moving average. We'll talk about that in a little bit anyway. All right. The GPTY looks great, of course, today. And we'd expect that. Chippy, look at Chippy. Chippy's killing it. Everything's up. That's a clean sweep. Everything's up on all three. Everything's up on Chippy. Everything's up on GPTY. I don't have Alti in here. Somehow I messed up the Alti grid. But I wasn't really digging the Alti grid anyway. Let's just look at Alti this way. Let's just do the FinViz Alti grid. And I just like to look at, or we can look at the positions here. Here's the top 10 positions. They still have cash 11%, which is very wise. We need to put that in the questions asked Jay for next time he's on the show, which should probably be coming up probably this month or next month in May. I probably need to have him on in May. We need to ask him about his cash positions. Anyway, but that's good. They picked a good time to have a lot of cash as far as I'm concerned. I wish they had more of it. For the past month, I wish they were 50% in cash. But hindsight's 2020. We don't, anyway. All right. Planeteers doing great. I'm sure all their stuff's up to date. Planeteers up 2%. MicroStrategy's up 6%. Tesla's even up 3.8%. Triple NASDAQ's up 4.8. I love days like today. Carvana's up 8.5. Yeah, we need to get let's see. NVIDIA's up. I bet this is a clean sweep too. Everything's up today. which is great. So let's go to the AI and try to find darn trade to do. Well, let's look at the charts first. What's going on? This is blowing through yesterday's bearish gap. If it closes outside of that gap, I'll take that one off. That one will be off the chart. These other ones are multi-day influences, is why they're on there. But we'll probably, if we could get a close up here, I'll take these other ones off there too. It just depends. But and we'll say there'll be hopefully in the near future there'll be a time where we have a lot more bullish points on the chart than bearish points. But right now the order flow, the flow of the market, the price action is definitely a sell the rip bearish type scenario. Buy the dips, or not even buy the dip, sell the rip. All right, well, that's good to see. Okay, so let's go over to the AI. Let's go over to, where is the darn AI? Who's in charge of the AI this morning? There it is. I looked at it and I opened some windows. I had some stuff I wanted to talk about. I wonder if Robinhood might be a nice play. But anyway, let's look first at bullish. Is no big deal. This just means that their little AI switched from bearish to bullish. But I'm obsessed with stocks that are less than 30 or 40 for people that like to do the wheel, but you do it on a somewhat cheap stock. But the problem with cheap stocks is they're usually terrible. They're usually, but we've had a lot of stuff knocked down the past couple of months. So I'm thinking it might be a good time to look at some wheels because I bet you these stocks were higher a few months ago, but that's not true of Sony. Sony a few months ago was actually, it was. Sony actually hit, but Sony hit 24, 25 for a little bit. And then in the pullback, just pulled back to 21. Well, anyway, if that one has good option volume, which I've never really heard much about it, so it probably doesn't, about people trading options on it. Let's see what else we have. But I don't like these signals as much. Let's ignore those signals for now. Let's look at what they have on breakout. But we'll put a trade in option strat. We'll find a trade to do, or you guys pick one. Whatever. It's just Hertz in this Ohio Valley Bank Corp. So that's just kind of. I guess, hang on, let's see bearish. Bearish is almost more interesting a day like today because I always need something to, because I like to do pairs trades. And so Lowe's is a good one. Lowe's is at $85. What's CCU? Is that I thought that was Carnival Cruise Lines, but that's CCL. So Lowe's, we don't have much on bearish, but United Health and Lowe's. Or those are just bearish ideas. Okay, dark pool. Let's see what's going on in the dark pool. I saved some stuff. I saved some windows up here. That's why there some stuff I wanted to talk about. I don't know why I said Google. That actually, though, is actually a trade I love trading Google options. Super liquid. Anyway, I guess that's why I saved it. I wanted to look at that. It's pulled back so much recently. Google might be the trade of the day. I don't know. All right, so let's see if the dark pool's opened up by now. Come on, dark pool. All right, so here we have it. Oh, look, a few minutes ago, people buying Tesla, but not a whole lot of it. But look at this, highly unusual, 13 minutes ago, buying puts. On the NASDAQ, and it was $125,000 worth. So anyway, let's just scroll back. Let's hit refresh and scroll back through the dark pool trades. Now, this is just 1 week or less. So these are short expirations, which is what I'm looking for. I've explained before. Anyway. And longer term, we know the market always goes up. All I care about is what's happening in the next week. So lots of times it's, it's bullish in the intermediate term always, or lots of times, but it's bearish in the short term. And it's important to know when it's bearish in the short term so you can capitalize on it potentially, or try to. Anyway, all right. So this is ugly on Tesla, but they have earnings coming up or something, don't they? I've just tuned out earnings lately. But man, look at this. 14 minutes ago, it's all people buying Tesla puts. I mean, there's one guy that sold a put, but it was probably just a part of a spread though to buy another anyway. You could see this is ugly, and it's all Tesla that's come across in the past 14 minutes. Geez, what's going on with Tesla? Is something? Did I have something going? Oh gosh, you got to be kidding me. Okay, well, you guys got to get the software. Wait till I'm an affiliate though. But watch what else this does. Like on my Google window, I'm just testing it out today. You can bring up the chart, and at the same time, you can bring up stuff in the you can bring up news in the window on the right side. So yes, they're to report earnings today. So it was either this morning, it's already happened, or whatever. So exactly, I don't know. Maybe we should do a Tesla earnings earnings trade, but I just don't have a good feeling on that or on an earnings trade for Tesla. But anyway, we'll do whatever you guys want. But it looks like the dark pool's pretty bearish. I mean, let me hit refresh again. But I mean, they're just okay. So here we go. Refresh 14 minutes ago. I'm going to sort it for unusualness, and we're just going to get the most unusual that happened in the past hour, if there has been anything. These are all a day ago, 6 days ago, a day. I wish there was a way just to show us the highly unusual in the last hour. I wish there was a predetermined where I didn't have to go through. I guess I could sort time sense the other way, but then it messes up the usefulness. Anyway, you guys can see I'm not this obviously not a great. This would not be a great course on usefulness for computer learning. I had it better. We should just look at it. Okay, let's just look at the most useful and see if anything's happened in the last hour. A day, 6 days, 6 days, 6 days, 20 days, whatever. 5 days, some days. So on the use 21 hours ago, there's something from yesterday. Somebody bought a call on Colgate Palmolive a day ago. Somebody sold calls in some Vistra, that energy company, VST, 18 hours ago, 7 days ago. Anyway. All right. All right, let's see what you guys had to say. I wonder if the chat's working today. SB couldn't get in yesterday. All right, so yeah, Tesla reports after the bell. I mean, I appreciate it. I'm just not sure about a trade. So sometimes I do trades on what I kind of want to happen, and I just want so bad for the market and Google and those types of stocks to recover. I was thinking about a call spread on Google. I was thinking about doing one in real life. I need to get some bullish stuff. I'm afraid the market's going to start going up again without me, and it's pretty low now. But at the same time, I don't want to. So I'm looking for bullish trades just for my own account. And at this point, I would probably do it for next Friday. But in any event, I didn't really see anything in the dark pool that interested me that much. So I'm going to look. Well, let's look one more time. Let's just go time sense. I just want to go the most recent. Or I guess I should have done descending time sense. Anyway, now there's an IBM trade right there for you. Buying a put on, maybe that's what I should do. Calls, and I just, I'm addicted to pairs trades, right? I just like less risk. Maybe a call spread for a couple of weeks in Google and a put spread for a couple of weeks in IBM. I don't know. MicroStrategy's Tesla, but you can see the dark pool is just they're slamming Tesla. They are slamming Tesla in the dark pool. Maybe just a one-day bearish trade on Tesla or something. Actually, that might be. Tesla does have liquid options. Maybe just do a big butterfly or something. I don't know. Let's just do something for fun. Because one day you could probably get some good vol crush, but it's only Tuesday. I like it a lot better when earnings are on Thursday or even Wednesday. I just Yeah, I just don't know about Tesla. Anyway, hey Sprout, thanks for being here. Hey Grateful Trader, thanks for being here. Okay, yeah. So let's do this one. This is an easier question. How would you pair BAT? Let's look. Let's look at that really quick. I could show you really quick, or not really quick. Portfolio visualizer. But let's just look. Let's go back a year because it's Alti's been here a year now. So we'll just go back a year and we'll do it 90-10, 80-20, and 70-30, and we'll see which way you like the best. I can do this pretty fast. Analysis, backtest, portfolio, open analysis. All right, so portfolio. We're just going to do one portfolio, and I'll do this. I'll do this super quick. Edit portfolio. We'll just take the defaults, which I think they give you 10,000 or 100,000. I won't do my normal whatever. We'll just look real quick. Well, we actually will look at that. Okay, so here's the way we're going to do this real quick. We'll do ULTY. But the same theory, if somebody doesn't like ULTY, I get it. It's extremely risky. It's not for everybody. The same theory could work with QDTE. Let's say you have some QDTE, but you don't like how it goes down when the market goes down. Well, the same theory could work. You just have to test your own, do your own math. I'm just showing Grateful Trader because he asked me yesterday, and I told him I'd do it, and I never did. Anyway, and I'm sorry about that. Okay, so we'll just do 90-10, and BTAL just is an anti-beta fund, anti-beta, that BATO. What it does well when it's a hedge fund. It does well when the market does bad, and it does. The way they do it is they short they short all the high volatility stocks. So they're short Nvidia and AMD and Tesla, and then they're long Colgate and Clorox and those types of stocks. And they do it mechanically. They don't just do it haphazardly, like I said. And anyway, whenever the market types of market goes down, they do a lot better. So anyway, BTAL is a great hedge type idea, or it's an idea. So we'll do that, and we'll do 80-20. But I would encourage anyone to do this on your own anytime you're looking at hedging. Lots of times when you do this, you won't buy the hedge. You'll see the hedge cost you so much money, or it's so much upside that even though it's your safer, sometimes you're better off just to kind of roll the dice. But that's everyone's decision to make for themselves. All right, but let's look at this because we're income investors, right? You should be if you're doing this, in my opinion. So let's go settings, and let's make it month to month, and let's make it where we need, and let's do it. All right. Let's do it. Let's say we got 100 grand and we're trying to make 2,000 a month, which would be crazy, but that's why that's what I want to do for the example. We're trying to pay ourselves 2,000 a month on 100 grand, which I'll fixed amount. I mean, I don't mean crazy. I mean, you do it. It's your money. You earned it. Do whatever you want, but it'd be aggressive. So, anyway, inflation adjusted. Yes. Withdrawal frequency monthly. And we have to rebalance. People always talk about BTAL, and I've mentioned it before, and I say it bleeds because when the market goes up and it's short the good stocks and long the bad stocks, it causes it to bleed a little bit. Well, that's where rebalancing comes in. When you rebalance monthly, quarterly, whatever, it'll do is if one of your assets is bled and has got out of, it was supposed to be 80-20, but after 3 months it's 83-77. Well, if you rebalance quarterly, and this does it automatically, you'll sell some of this asset, buy some of this asset, and that's how you handle the bleed. But the bleed's an expense, but it can be calculated and accounted for. So but on something that has a lot of bleed like this, we're going to rebalance quarterly. Some assets don't bleed. You don't have to rebalance. You can rebalance yearly or something. But on the assets that bleed a lot, you need to do quarterly or monthly, or else you have other problems. But anyway, okay. So leverage type, no leverage, and we want to show income, display income, yes. Okay, so let's do it. Let's run it and let's see how we did. Now it's only a year, so it's not a very good. not a lot of data. Okay, so I should have done one just ULTY by itself, or that should have been the benchmark. Hang on here. Customized data, benchmark ticker, ULTY. Now that's benchmarking something to ULTY is a crazy thing to benchmark it to, but that's fine. That's what we'll benchmark it to. Just all in on ULTY. We want to see if this gives us, if it helps us. I've run all these before. It's been so long, I forgot. But you'd be surprised. Sometimes you really. We'll just see. We'll see. Anyway, all right. So 90-10, you're down 32%. But of course, ULTY's had a bad year also, so that doesn't really surprise me that much. You're down 29% on 80-20. 70-30, you're down 27%. So that the hedge really didn't help you out that much. Let's go back and let's see if you did 50. Well, let's do one instead of 70-30. Let's do one 50-50. See if you could just stop yourself from losing money, if you're real aggressive on the hedge. But anyway, 90-10, you're down 32%. But you got your money. You're getting your $2,000 a month. That's part of the reason you're down 32% is because you're robbing if you didn't take the $2,000 a month, you wouldn't be down as much. But anyway, in this scenario, I think it's an apt. So look, you could be down 22% on 50-50, which is bad, but Alti itself was down 34%. So you cut, you cut half the volatility, half the loss out of it, basically. And you would expect that because it's 50-50. Now let's look at the income. Now, could you support that's the problem is that $2,000 a month, though, maximum drawdown, and we'd expect this is less on the 50-50 because you're fully hedged. So that's great. Portfolio growth is not growing, but you're living large, right? You got $100,000. You're paying yourself $2,000 a month. Okay, so here's display income. So this is actually the income the portfolio actually generates. So portfolio one that's 90-10 actually generates $60,000 a month. You could actually pay yourself what's $5,000 a month. I mean, if you just wanted to rob all the cash out of that's how much cash it's generating. How much cash it's generating, how much you pay yourself may not be the same thing. But so when you do the 50-50 portfolio, you hurt yourself because you don't generate as much cash. But even the 50-50 portfolio generates $35,000. It generates $35,000. So it's enough to pay yourself $2,000 a month. You can see paying yourself $2,000 a month on $100,000 balance. It's just so aggressive. It's gonna hurt. Wonder if you were in the best fund. Let's go back and let's put it in, or the safest fund. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of another way to show this, but BTAL can help. I mean, it can surely help. But let's do it this way. Let's say you're doing the right thing and you aren't taking the $2,000 a month out of the, or let's say because or I don't know, the right thing's wrong. But let's say you're withdrawing $500 a month. You just want some money to take your wife on a date. Take her on a date once a month, a really nice dinner, something like that. Rebalance quarterly. So, of course, this doesn't sound as much fun. I don't like the idea of $500 a month as much as I like the idea of $2,000 a month. But you're only working with $100,000 here. If you're working with $1 million, you do this. You're down 15%, 12, and then on the 50-50, you're pretty much flat. So I'm thinking if you withdrew zero, you'd be flat. Anyway, you guys can run this yourselves. I pretty much showed you how to do it, but and also another thing would do if you're going to go do that yourself, go run it with try it with Chaos as your hedger, and then try it with your Dorsey Wright short fund. It's called DWSH, and it's a similar concept. So anyway. Yeah, Tesla reports after the bell today. All right, so let's see if I missed any comments. Yeah, it is the mainstream media's fault that I didn't buy. It is. It's because they refuse to report on it. They will not tell us the truth. They want us all to be poor. They want you to be poor, folks. And I'm telling you, they want you to be poor. And I'm the only one here talking about it. But Unfortunately, but I'm telling you to buy GPTY, which isn't doing as well as LFGY. So what do I know? So that's why you shouldn't get your advice off the internet. I was going to do some kind of demo option trade, but really nothing's I just didn't see anything. Let's go back to the dark pool one more time and see if anything's moving. But other than Tesla stuff, it just, if anything, the trade is, and I hate to say it, I hate to be this way, but probably to wait till the end of the day, or wait till it, let it go higher and let it stall, and then I'm not trying to be this way, but then get puts and aim for some lower price a week from now, just in case, because every time we've got into those areas where sellers have been before, they're there again lately. They've been reliable. Those have been reliable areas to sell. All right, so here we have somebody that sold a put. So we had this happen 16 minutes ago. Now, it wasn't very many of them because it's just one on the unusualness meter. But then also he sold a call. So this is probably, if it's the same guy, it's a condor or it's a strangle. Well, it depends on the strike. Yeah, 430 and 436. So it would be actually a strangle. Straddle is at the money, where you're selling two strikes at the same price, and usually at the money, same price. Strangle is separated. You guys all know that. All right. I just don't see anything unusual. I mean, NASDAQ puts, all I would say from the dark pool is telling me don't take this rally too seriously. It looks like, it just looks like the predominance of the stuff, man, that's a lot of action that came in on Tesla. I guess somebody put in a bunch of orders, but I'm just going through Carvana. You see, there's occasionally something bullish, but it's been all about the bears this morning. Here's a somewhat unusual trade on a smaller stock. Maybe this is I'm obsessed with wheel candidates, or I'm just obsessed with any small stock that's not going to zero because it could be used, or a small stock that has the potential to be a big stock. You don't know it's not going to zero, but just a small stock that has the potential. That's not something that's a pump it up. Anyway, it has a cool name, AST Space Mobile. My Lord. So let's go over here and use our tools. Let's go over here and type it in, and then we can get a chart and some recent news on it. They're delivering the world's first space-based cellular broadband network, direct technology, enabling direct to device, enabling access through standard smartphones. You take your iPhone to space and call people. That's a great idea. Buy. Now the AI, when the AI is green on the chart, it's saying buy. So the chart AI ever since 30 right here, or 28 at 28.87, the chart AI said to sell. We're at 21 with the chart, with there's chart support down here. Anyway, I wonder if this one has, have you guys ever traded that one? Wonder if that one has liquid options. I hate when they don't have weeklies. That's my first. It could still be something good. You could still do a will on this. Did I type that in right? It was just AST. Oh, ASTS. I did not type it in right. Nice. They have weeklies. You can tell right here. So let's see how much. The first thing I always just check is how much can you get if you sold a put. You could get $1.06, and that's just going out or you get 97 cents because what is bid. Maybe between the two of them, $1.06 is the halfway. Anyway, you get around $100 on $2,000 worth of risk because you're on the hook to buy 100 shares of stock at 20. So $100, you can't really take your wife to dinner. It's only 5%, but whatever. But it's fine if you want this stock. This one might be this one I'm putting, remind me, or if anyone's in Discord, put that in the will candidate. But this one's definitely, in my opinion, a will candidate. It just, not to mention, it just has a cool name, space, right? So, Space is the next frontier, guy. Anyway, now I just want anything with any semblance of a future, because most things that are $20 or 10 are that way for a reason. But anyway, so let's just do this. Let's just say if a guy likes this stock, let's see. Let's just say if a guy likes this stock, do something like, you could do something like this twice. I don't know. That only goes out 3 days. I don't like it. If you like that stock, just buy that stock. I mean, it's just $100 isn't that much to make on $2,000 worth of risk. You know, I always try to squeeze in stuff that won't work, but, or, you know, that's marginal right there. No marginal stuff. All right, guys. I appreciate y'all for being here. I'll let you go. I'll try to come up with some better, high current. I'm trying to, oh, that's cool. Anyway, I'm just figuring out how to work this. All right, guys, I'll try to come up with the trade or something in the dark pool or something interesting by lunch. I'm sure I'll have something interesting by lunch. All right, guys, I appreciate y'all for being here. Have a great day. Hey, Grateful Trader, I'll look at MRSK later.